Hi everyone. So I think this is going to be one of those 2-in-1 type videos. Wow, it's like a sea of black. This is the problem with wearing black clothing, black background. It's a lot of black. So yeah, I was thinking about maybe just doing my eye makeup and kind of chatting a little bit, but then also doing kind of separately a review on foundation that I'm not seeing. This JCat Skin Insurance, what do they call it? Max Coverage Silky Foundation in the lightest shade Porcelain. This is too pale for me. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, which is real dry for me to be wearing under my eyes, but since it's more dry, it works pretty well for me as a base on my eyes. And it seems to sit well over this SPF I'm using, which is like a silicone base SPF, this Supergroup, what do they call it? Unseen sunscreen. It's similar to the Paula's Choice serum one, Soothing Primer Serum. Similar kind of texture, though I feel like this one, well, it's fresh. This one's older. It hasn't... Oh. It hasn't expired. Oh, yes. Yes, it has. This expired in April. So this actually just expired. It's almost empty, so that's fine. But yeah, there's something about those like silicone-y SPFs that I feel like as they get older, the texture of them kind of degrades a little bit. And it's not quite as like... It will like be more likely to ball up and that kind of thing. Well, if I'm doing JCat, maybe I should use like JCat eyeshadow. So I've got two of these little eye palettes. Oh yeah, and I have like bright magenta here. Woohoo! So these are pocket shadows. I had seen these on Taylor Wynn's channel like, who knows, 2 years ago, year and a half ago. I have no idea. I kind of stopped watching YouTube for a while. So this one is similar to Modern Renaissance, I think, from Anastasia. And this just has like more bright colors. What with the bright hair and everything, that is the challenge, right? I'm just gonna put some matte colors down and see what happens. I'm not wanting to do something colorful, but I don't know how that's gonna go. So, is there anything going on with me right now? Oh, I did, I think not my last video, but the one before this, before that, you know, I did talk about some mental health stuff, and I think it was like just not long before I had my like yearly physical with my doctor. And we talked about it, and she was like, you know, I don't think that upping your zoloft again is going to help, which is, we've increased the dosage on that one like 2 or 3 times over the past couple of years. And so she said, you know, let's just try adding something on. So we're doing lamotrigine, which is an anticonvulsant, which works for mental health stuff and epilepsy. So, yeah. So we started out that on a really low dose, and I didn't really notice much difference. And I had a check, just like a follow-up with her after a month, and she said that what we could do is go up again, or go up on that one since it is a really low dose, and then check back in 2 weeks, and if it's still not really doing much, then we'll go up again. If it's helping, then we'll just, you know, keep the prescription level at that. So that's kind of the plan. So far I haven't really noticed a lot of differences. I've definitely been, you know, things have been weird lately, and I'm not really sure what's going on. So I used this shade first just to kind of set the concealer a little bit, and then I went in just with that brown shade. I'm still not decided if I want to do like burgundy. It's just like, it has to be the right tone to kind of not clash with my hair. Like this shade is really pretty, but again, you know, with the palettes like this, like the texture on the shimmers specifically, I think I might use that pinky shade. Sometimes, oh, that's pretty. Oh, good choice, Nick. Good choice. Wow, that's so pretty. Sometimes the affordable palettes just have really lousy shimmers. And honestly, some of the like higher end stuff have really lousy shimmers. It's like, you know, back in olden times, companies could get shimmers good, but had a real hard time with mattes. Now it's opposite. Now companies are better at doing mattes and like really lousy at shimmers. Now why did I get so much more here and less here? Maybe it's because I'm at a funny angle. Let me clean off my hands here so I can use something other than my pinky. What was it back years ago? People talked about like applying stuff underneath your eyes, I think, with your ring finger because it was your weakest finger. You know, having played violin for a year now, I would have to say my pinky is the weakest finger by far. My pinky is pathetic when it comes to strength. Because on the violin, you know, you have to like use your pinky to hold strings down. It is a struggle. All right, so that's really pretty. I still don't feel like I have the same texture on my left eye as I do on my right eye. But it could also be because the mirror's over here and my eye's over there. I'm gonna try to foil it just a tiny bit. So get a little on a brush, then spray it with something wet. Max Fix Plus in this case, because that's what I have handy. And also just the brush being kind of damp, it might just bring that shinier texture out. I'm gonna tight line. I don't really have a liner that I like for tight lining now that I finished that LA Girl one. I had a different LA Girl waterproof black liner, but it dried out. Anyway, I basically always tight line my upper waterline with a black liner because it makes I have blonde eyelashes and there can just be this like really big gap sort of if I don't tight line, and it just makes my lashes look more even. Like it's hard to get mascara like all the way down into your roots, and when they're blonde down there, then there can be kind of this weird disconnected gap. Okay, so back with that matte brown down in the corner here. Did I show you? This is the shimmer I use, by the way. The one that's kind of messy looking. And I'm just going back with that. So what's the name of this one? It's Extreme Access Pocket Shadow in Walk of Stardom. Okay. So I'm going to try to do this without going too far into the shimmer. I'm going to try to hold the brush more horizontal instead of like this, which will get end up banging into that lid color more, especially since my like my actual lid space is like huge. It goes up really high. It's easy for me to accidentally kind of end up blending off a bunch of that when I'm trying to go into the crease. And my like actual crease space is not huge because it all kind of gets sucked up when I open my eyes. I think I'm going to pause here to go do my foundation and then I'll be back. All right, so I've got some really pale foundation on today. I think I mentioned that though, that foundation is pale. All right, so I am just gonna go in with that shimmer again on a small shadow brush and just do my lower, what is this, lower lid? I'm gonna try to carefully just take the darker brown matte along the edges here, and I put it, so I put it on this side of my brush, and then I'm gonna flip it up so that the color is on this side and then kind of go in this way to try to avoid taking it too far down. I've been using this Hourglass highlight palette a bunch lately just because the texture is so nice. It's been working for my face. So this is the metallic strobe lighting palette, and I think Absolute Strobe Light and Pure Strobe Light are the shades I primarily go into, though. If I mix them all together, it doesn't really matter. So this one's a little pinky, this one's a little more yellow, and that one's more bronze. But if I mix them all together, they're totally fine. So I'm just going to go into the more like yellow-ish shade and just stick that in my inner corner, I guess. Did I not get foundation like right there? Pretty generous with inner corner highlight. Not so much the inner corner, just like the whole inside of my eye area here. I do like to do my blush and highlight before I do my eyebrows, just so that I can do my highlight through my brows, sort of like above the brows and whatever, and not have to worry about messing up my eyebrow stuff. So I'm gonna do that.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Jack. This is the e.l.f. Always Rosy blush.
When people sit in the chair, I just do downstairs.
Yeah.
The pool downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Over my nose, end of the nose. Like instead of using bronzer, basically.
it is for cars. Can I open this?
Okay, just a second.
But we're gonna get some more cars. Oh my arm.
Do you want me to open it?
Nope, I also get cars.
Oh, okay.
Bye, Mom.
Bye. Highlight. I guess I'll just mix them all together so you can see. I'm sure I've done that before, but it's been so long. Can you still buy this? I don't remember. I know some things were like limited edition at the time and then ended up becoming permanent products. I feel like maybe this was one of them.
Didn't open this. Didn't open this.
Okay, just a second.
Okay.
Ooh, that's shiny. We're going.
Could you open this?
We're going for the highlight
Or
today.
this? So open the.
Hang on. Hang
It's
on.
red.
It does have letters.
Look.
Mm-hmm.
Cars.
And a little baby teddy bear.
A tub. I know.
Like a bear.
That's a good tub bears. Tub bears can go inside.
And then
Which is the van. A van park is under the notebook. What's inside?
I don't know. What is inside?
I can't open it.
You can't open it? Yeah, that one doesn't open.
No.
Oh, disappointing. This is L'Oreal Voluminous. And good old Clump Crusher water resistant on my lower lashes in case my eyes water, which the left eyeball often does for whatever reason. Why that one waters so much more than the right one, who knows? Eyebrows. So what I've been using lately, but really is too dark, is the Wet n Wild cream eyeliner and Carbon My Reach, so just their black liner. It works well and it works nicely and whatever, and I can kind of get away with it with my hair being so bright, but in an effort to be slightly more natural, I'm going to use Anastasia Ash Brown. So I'm just going to kind of scoop some out on my brush and then put it on my little metal palette and just work off of that. All right, good enough, I guess. So I guess I have to make a decision about lips, and this is always where things just go awry. I wore this yesterday. No, not yesterday. Day before yesterday. Lucky Strike from ColourPop. Mid-tone pinks are not something I like on myself generally, but with this hair, it's like the pink kind of works-ish. But this is a pretty warm pink. I don't know. This is Velvet Blur. I was thinking this was one of those. Kind of like the Powder Kiss lipsticks from MAC. I like that style. And then I'm just gonna try to make it look a little less done. Blur the edges. And this kind of formula also blends out really nicely at the edges because it has a lot of slip to it and kind of a like powdery matte finish almost. Is that it? I guess. I don't think I have any JCat lipsticks. Do they even make lipsticks? They must. They make so many things. So that's it. Hopefully there's something of content in this video. Something interesting. Whatever. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, leave them below. I always enjoy hearing from you guys. I hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you soon.